Welcome to the 40s, where we see a star being born, as a carny swindler learns to speak to the dead. Or does he? He discovers the power of manipulation, but may be in over his head. Guillermo del Toro is calling up all his mates to take on a dark journey through human deception in Nightmare Alley. Hello there, you loose units, and welcome back to another episode of Spicy Boy Reviews. I am, of course, your host, Andrew Iles. When I first saw the trailer of this film, I was pretty pumped. I mean, look at the cast, look at the director, and even the setting, you know, sort of like post-World War I, pre-World War II, Art Deco delicious. I was right in. So, let's get into it. Apparently, this is not a remake of the 1947 film, but a re-adaptation of the original novel. Obviously directed by extraordinaire Guillermo del Toro. I mean, everything this guy touched turns to gold. Bradley Cooper here is our lead, playing a guy called Stan. He has a dark past and a bit of daddy issues. And he decides to run away and join the carnival. I assure you, this is not a Tim Burton film. The carnival is run by Willem Dafoe, who's kind of playing a pseudo P.T. Barnum here, so, you know, a piece of shit. Stan ends up bunking in with Muriel's wedding for a bit of bath time rub and tug, and a partner here played by David Strathairn, who, by the way, knows the ways of the Force. I mean, makes people believe that he's psychic. These aren't the answers you're looking for. Of course, this is where Bradley Cooper's Stan learns for himself the ways of pretending to be a psychic from his pseudo-mentor, but dares to go deeper into the skill which his mentor forbids, pretending to speak to the dead. Of course, he falls in love with Rooney Mara, who also works at the carnival because she's Rooney Mara, and plans to run away together, both of them, and start swindling on a bigger stage, which he achieves by coming kind of like the 40s version of John Edward. Oh, that was a deep cut. Whatever happened to him? I foresee a flash in the pan. No, Patricia Arquette, you may not have an 8th season. Let it go! Unfortunately, our protagonist here, Stan, starts drinking the Kool-Aid, getting high on his own supply, believing in his own hype. He starts to blur the lines between the swindle and exploitation. While he's getting too big for his britches, Cate Blanchett rocks up. She comes into the picture, and she's playing a psychiatrist here who wants to study Stan and find out what makes him tick. I swear Cate Blanchett is made for this era of the film's based in. I mean, she's perfect in it. She's kind of like a Katharine Hepburn. They decide to join forces and do a bigger swindle, taking advantage of the one demographic you probably shouldn't mess with, high society. They decide to capitalise on rich people's grief, which can only go well. The film does have a lot of intrigue, keeps me engaged. It's about 2.5 hours long, but it was never boring. Although I have to say that the stakes didn't get really high until about an hour and a half before the end. It was where Stan digs himself a really big hole, and the only way he can see himself getting out is digging deeper.
How are you gonna get out of here? We're gonna dig our way out.
The film is about taking advantage of each other, crossing the line. How far is too far? It's about ego, hubris, the pursuit of digging oneself out of a shit situation. Stakes! The DOP work is stunning, the light is fantastic, a lot of vibrant colours of teals, browns and oranges, driving home that Art Deco pre-World War II feel. The costume and set pieces, 10 out of 10. It's art decking delightful. The story is, of course, about the pride before the fall. What happens when you get everything you want, and it could be your undoing. Scarface, anyone? The film is a bit bleak, very dark at times, but these people aren't the nicest of folks, and that's okay to see a slice of that life, especially how hard it was back then for the time period. Guys, that's my little cheeky review of Nightmare Alley. I was very pumped to see it. I liked it. Again, it's very dark and dour, but hey, it's Guillermo del Toro and Bradley Cooper. What a perfect team. Of course, right down below, what is your favourite Guillermo del Toro film? They're all good in my opinion, but please let me know what your favourite one is. And of course, if you've made it this far into the episode, please give us a thumbs up because your love and support keeps us going, because we love movies and I assume you do as well. And of course, don't forget to hit that subscribe icon because we give out episodes weekly, and we'll see you next week for the next review, and until then, stay spooky, kids.